and from M. Kumarasamy College of Engineering, Karur. In this webinar, I'm going to discuss what is meant by research and what are the steps conducted in research and how it to draft a manuscript and how it have been taken place to the publication level. First, we'll start with what is meant by research. Ma'am, I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. We'll start with what is meant by research. The research is derived from the Middle French word research, which means to go about seeking. To go about seeking for the new ideas and creative ideas.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you please enlarge the screen, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sorry. Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is it okay, sir? Okay.
Now okay, ma'am.
Okay. It is to go about seeking that will be leading to a new and creative outcomes, which will be definitely a boom to the society. There are different ways of defining our research. This one such a way is creation of new knowledge and the use of the existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodologies, and understanding. That methodologies and new concept will be lead to a new and creative outcome. As we say, that definitely it will be an bring boom to the society. And these are the steps in conducting research. After joining our research group or after selecting the broad research area, we want to first identify what is our research problem. After identifying the research problem, we'll be going for literature review and we'll be search what are the things which is not done in that particular research area. And after that, you can able to specify what is the purpose of the research we are going to do and why it have been done and how it can be able to fill the gap. These questions you can be able to answer while selecting a research problem. And we want to have an answer for all this research problem by setting a hypothesis, and we want to choose a methodology for the data collection after that. And after the data have been collected, you want to verify all the data and you want to analyze and interpret the data. And it have been bringing to the reporting format, and it can be communicated as a research findings or for other recommendation. And these are the steps involved in conducting research. And after conducting the research, we have done a good piece of research work. And what we want to do, we want to go for a publishing. I have done a good piece of research, but I cannot able to publish means it is of no use. So what are the actual benefits of publishing a paper? I have done a good piece of work, but I cannot write a good research article. It will not be no use of that. So to improve my writing skill and to upgrade my knowledge, how the knowledge is upgraded means while writing a paper will be by literature review we came to know, but by writing a paper we came to know what are the other relevant work in our field. So it is also used to upgrade the knowledge of that. And our research work is recognized by a publication, and it is accessible to the work quality, and it can some way be help the society with my research. These are the main benefits of a paper publishing. And the next one is the major thing. We are running behind target every time, and our college needs, as an assistant professor, we have a target to publish a paper and all. That is another side. So this is a mandate. We want to prepare some publication manuscript for have good publication in good impact factor journals. And these are the stages of writing a research paper. First, what are the stages means pre-writing stages and writing stage, and then post-writing stages. In pre-writing stages, what we will be doing, we will be evaluate what are our research data, and we will be developing the outline of a paper, and we'll be selecting a target journal in which we want to publish. Then after selecting the targeted journal, we'll be reading the author's guidelines. Next one, writing stage. Writing stage, it is better to use this format for writing this paper. First, we want to write the materials and methods, and next one, results and discussion and conclusion. After this, you can be able to write the good introduction and abstract part of that, and from that, you can eventually write the suitable title for that. And Then you want to have a good graphical, good attractive graphical abstract for your research work. Then proofreading is done, that is to revise the manuscript what you have written, and it is went for the internal review. Internal review means that any of the co-authors or research supervisors will be doing in the writing stage. Next one is post-writing stage. After writing a manuscript, what is we want to do? We are in a way to submit a paper. So we want to write a good cover letter explaining what are the importance of the work, what are the important findings of the work, what are the important findings of the work to the editorial board. And we want to select the potential reviewers for that. Then you want to submit the journal. If our manuscript meets the standard of the journal, it will be getting published or it will be revised. That is, published means immediately it cannot be published. They will be asked for revision, revision of major revision or minor revision. So the next step is revision, and we will be resubmit the manuscript. Next one is after resubmitting, it will be getting accepted. And next stage is the approval of the gallery proof. Once again, we want to check word by word the gallery proof, and at last the paper will be getting published. These are the writing stages of a research paper writing. And there are different types of articles, and what are they means? Research papers and review papers. Research papers are of two kinds, three kinds in all: letter and short communication. Letter and short communication is nothing but it can able to publish only in very important and interesting results, which will be stimulate the further results in future. This type of short communications will be published as soon as the in a rapid method. And full article is what we doing, that it will be contain significant data, details, developments, and outcomes. What we are writing, that's lengthier paper is full article. And what is mean by review paper means? Review paper is nothing but it will be summarizing the recent developments on a specific topic, that is without introducing new data. Nearly in this review paper there will be more than 100 papers will be cited, and they will be writing the summary of this. And editors will be giving a special invitation to a person who is in very expertise in that field to write the review paper. So these are the different types of articles and all. And this is the structure of a research paper, where we have a title, author's name and affiliation, abstract, keyword, introduction, methodology, results and discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement, and references. And this is the pictorial representation of the structure of the research paper, where we have abstract and the references, and we have an introduction and discussion. This is of a very general thing, and this method and results we want to be very specific on our own methodology, and we want to be very specific about what results we get. An introduction part and discussion part will be of general thing we'll be writing after getting results and all. So introduction, how you want to start introduction? Introduction, we want to start with the general background, and you want to narrow down to a specific problem what you're going to solve. Next one, methods. It will be provide the specific details, evidence, and arguments of the methodology. And results, it is used to state the findings. What is the data you got? That is result findings. And discussion. In the discussion, we'll be interpreting the results, and we'll be explaining the significance in that particular field. Now we'll see line by we'll see what is meant by title. How you write the title. The title should be perfectly highlight your main work. It should highlight. You should avoid ornamental words like novel. You should not exaggerate your work. What is it there you want to be bring it as a title? It should be reliable and robust, and it should be of a low complex sentences and all. And tips for writing a title. How you will be writing a title? Start writing a title means answer some basic questions of your work. You want to answer that questions, and you can identify the list of keywords and phrases from the responses. And after that, you can write a very long sentences using that keywords. Then you can create a very better good title. after the elements to meet out the suitable word count. If you want to have a subtitle, you can have a subtitle also if necessary. Next one, this is a sample title. As I'm working in bioinorganic field, chemistry field, I can cite some of my work example that have synthesis, DNA binding, protein binding, molecular docking, DNA cleavage, and in vitro anti-cancer activity of nickel to bis thiosemi-carbazole complexes. I have highlighted all the keywords of this particular paper, and I want to emphasize, and I want to see talk about all the methodology, what synthesis I have done, what are the things are done for identifying the application, and what we have used. That is, we have synthesized the nickel to bis thiosemi-carbazole, so that we have made a title like this. And next one is coordination behavior of N, N dash, N double dash, trisubstituted guanidine ligands in the ruthenium iron complexes. And the next, after this colon, we have that is nothing but the subtitle. We feel we want to give importance to the coordination mode of the guanidine ligands. So we have highlighted that and we have kept it a title. And after that, we have a subtitle like synthetic, that is, we have synthesized and we have analyzed the DNA protein binding, and we did also cytotoxic study. It reveals what we have, title reveals what we have done and what are the application part of that. So this will be giving the main idea of what is a paper. And next one, author's name and affiliation. And who can be given authorship? That is the persons who given substantial contribution to the conducting research, or for analyzing data, or they will be helpful in drafting a manuscript, or revise a critical idea. That person should be given authorship, so that they will have that correct privilege to be an author. So while using the author's name, you want to use the name in the article that you're going to publish. Same name. There should not be any error in that. And that style may vary in different journals. That is different, but the name should be written in correct order. And use correct email address for every publications, and give your affiliations and address correctly. And this is one such example of an author's name and affiliation. We have different authors. The second authors and the fourth author is given because they have helped me in drafting the manuscript, and third author is given authorship because they have helped in the biological studies. So this is the importance of the authorship here. And the fifth author have been helpful in getting the crystals of a compound. He have done crystal structure analysis. So he is privileged to have an authorship. And last one is the corresponding author, which is indicated by a star symbol. And different symbols were used to shows different affiliations. Next one is abstract. And this is the very most important part of the article, because when we are seeing or viewing a paper, we'll be first seeing what is the abstract. So it will be attracting the readers. It will be attracting the readers what it is, and what it will be giving an idea of the paper. And your abstract should be very concise as possible. On reading that one paragraph, the reader should be able to understand the whole story of the paper. And it should be able to summarize what is that whole article about and what is the necessity of that. Like that, you want to write the abstract. And sentences are this main thing to note. The sentences in the abstract should not repeat in the main text. And avoid acronym means try avoiding the abbreviations in the abstract. And hints for writing an abstract: the introduction of 1 to 2 lines, and methodology of 2 to 3 lines should be there, and results and discussions of 1 to 2 lines will be there, and conclusion of 1 line should be there in your abstract. Next one, this is a sample abstract. As I told, introduction 1 to 2 lines. I'm working on the developing anti-cancer agents using some ruthenium complexes. So I have started with the introduction. So what does mean ruthenium compounds? Started with some introduction. And we have started, and we have next is the methodology we have written, what we have synthesized, and how it have been characterized, and what are the techniques to.
Sorry,
Yes,
ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Somebody's sharing the screen, ma'am. Can we ask them to just not to share the screen so that we can see your presentations?
Excuse me, you can pin Jayalakshmi will be there. Name Jayalakshmi. You can pin that tab.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, is it okay? Okay, fine. And we have some methodologies written over here. And after that, we have given the results also. What given for this anti-cancer activity, IC50 value we have given. That is the results obtained. And conclusion, this exhibited a similar activity of a commercial drug, cisplatin, like that. Some conclusion point of view also we have given in the abstract. This is the flow of an abstract, which will be giving all such details, and it should be restricted to 250 words. In some journals will be giving a count. Within that count, you want to write the abstract of that. And what we are seeing here in a figure is the graphical abstract, and this will be giving a visual summary of your work. That is, I have synthesized these complexes, and we have given the.
Ma'am, Andal, ma'am, someone is sharing the picture, ma'am. You can check it. That.
Okay, sir, I will check it, sir. A small announcement to all the participants, please don't share it. Share your picture. Just stop presenting. Just click the stop presenting and listen only. It's a kind request to all the participants.
We have a different coordination mode that we have given as an important one in the graphical abstract also. And after synthesizing the complex, we have carried out binding studies, cytotoxic activity, fluorescence staining, and flow cytometry. All the sorts of informations you can be able to get from this graphical abstract. And this is one among the sample graphical abstract. And next one is keyword. The most common generic word that focuses your work shall be used. Why we want to use a keyword means a keyword is used to search for the another similar articles.
Excuse me. Dr. Andal, just please, Harita is presenting still. Harita, somebody is presenting.
Harita, ma'am. Please click start presenting.
Harita, ma'am, please log out and log in, madam. Your still your screen is in presenting. Miss Harita, otherwise Andal remove
the
yeah.
Shall I remove the name?
Not be able to see madam's presentation. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Shall I continue, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, it will be help to search the related and other relevant articles of belonging to our similar research fields. And these are the sample examples of keyword here. This work are the keywords of estatins, thiosemic carbosomes, nickel-2 complexes, cytotoxicity, apoptosis, and DNA. These are the main keywords of this paper. And introduction, and this is another important part of a manuscript. And what is the flow of the important flow of the objective means introduction should be able to define what is the you can able to answer that, identify the knowledge gap and explain why it needs to fill that knowledge gap, and summarize how this study will be try to fill that gap. So this questionnaire should be anyhow rationalized in your introduction part. And introduction, it will be comprises 10%. And what does introduction do thus about? It will be describing the importance of the studies. And in the introduction part, we want to mention why it is worth doing in the discussion. And you want to give importance of this particular model, and you want to rationalize why this model have been selected for the making, and you want to set an hypothesis for that, and you want to make some assumptions to support that hypothesis also, and you want to give a clear references of the already reported work, which will also be giving support to our work also. And we should be very clarified in mentioning the definitions and abbreviations in the introduction part. And we also can be able to want to write the experimental design and how it be been accomplished, that state the objectives. An introduction, the first paragraph of the introduction should follow the inverted triangle principle. The inverted triangle principle means we want to start with a broader context, that is broader concept, a broader one, and we want to narrow our discussion to a very specific one, specific problem we are going to deal with. And the first paragraph is to create interest of the readers. Well, the readers, after reading the abstract, they'll be definitely having a glimpse of the introduction, so it will attract the readers as well as editors if you submit a paper. And the paragraph should be end with the general problems addressed in the paper, what we are going to do and how we are going to fill the gap, that will also be addressed in the introduction part. And introduction writing tips: write in the active voice and write in concise and clear statement. Use stronger verbs and don't use first person pronoun, that is I, we. Try to avoid that words and all. Organize your thoughts from the broad to a specific one. And the very important thing is there should be a flow from one paragraph to the another paragraph, and be clear in explaining the necessity and why it need to be done. That clarification should be given in the introduction section properly. This is a sample introduction. We have started with the broader context, that is cancer treatment. The cisplatin have been used, and we have also discussed what are the disadvantages, that is gap here, and what we are going to do, what alternative method we are going to do. So we are going to synthesize the ruthenium complexes as an alternative. So what are the importance of ruthenium over this platinum complexes, and how to rationalize why we are choosing ruthenium? So this rationalization will be given, and we'll be giving references of the other reported complexes also in our introduction part. And finally, we'll be discussing about what methodology we have done and what is the objective. Like that, this is the flow of an introduction. Next one is methodology. Methodology describe in this methodology part will be describe the methodology that you're going adopting in detailed description, what you are doing, because if you are doing something and another person is trying to do the same thing, that person also want to get the correct result. So in that way, you want to describe the methodology in detail with a clearly. State the assumptions clearly, justify all the stated assumptions. If necessary, you can use a diagram, flowchart, and clear illustrations to make the descriptions understandable. And next one is results and discussions. While starting, we have all the data with us. While starting the results and discussion, you want to be concise. You want to be very thorough with the guidelines or instructions of the journal in which we want to publish. And after writing the instructions, we are ready to catalog our results. So next step is the cataloging your results. You have all the experimental results and finding with you. You want to catalog your results, that is by using subheadings, and you're clarifying your report, different subheading for different things, and how you have arranged in the methodology. In that way, you want to arrange in that. So that is catalog your finding. And if you feel that data is not interested by the readers and it is not unnecessary, it is feel unnecessary, that should be written. That should be moved to the supplementary information. And this step will be decide how to frame the structure of your results. Next step is important step is design figures and tables to present and illustrate your data. And the tables and figures is a most important thing. So that should be numbered according to the order in which they are mentioned in the main text. The order should not be changed. And tables and figures you want to present clearly, which will be giving more information to the readers. And the figures should be self-explanatory. That is, you want to write a clear caption. With the help of the caption, the readers can be able to understand without reading the text. In such a way, you want to give your figures and figures. Next one is, after drafting your research sections and findings, you want to start writing the text of that. That is, precise and compact phrases and sentences are more effective for writing this part. And in the opening paragraph, what you want to do, you want to restate your research questions, so that only the reader can be able to understand whether this research and discussions have meet out the questions, have answered these questions, or it will be focus the researchers' attentions to understand what the results are trying to show. Whether the question to the questions, the answers have been meet out. So in that way, we want to write and restate your research questions, and you want to write. And make sure that specialized terminology abbreviations you have used here has been defined and clarified in the introduction section. If you are writing something in the results and discussion, that should have earlier be written in the introduction section also. And after writing this results and discussion, you want to review a draft, edit, and revise until it is in an exact readable form to the readers. So you want to double check the accuracy and consistency of the data, whether it is present in a correct way, the order is correct, and all the figures and tables are correctly described according to the need. That you want to check. And you want to read your draft aloud to catch some errors present, or some awkward phrases, or some meaningless sentences. You can able to revise in this revisions while doing this review, and ensure that your results are present in the best order, and you can see guidances from the co-authors and research supervisors for it. And conclusion. This conclusion will be, in this conclusion, will be restate your hypothesis or the research questions, and restate what is your major findings, and you want to tell this is the contribution, this is the study, and this is used different from the existing literature. That should be emphasized in the conclusion part, and highlight the positive points. We'll be highlighting that, but it is very mandate to highlight any limitations of your study also, and if possible, you will be giving justifications for that also, and state future directions for the research and recommendation. This will be there in the conclusion part. And next one is acknowledgement. In the acknowledgement section, who will be there are several persons who need to be acknowledged. This first is the funding agency we want to acknowledge, and general administrative supporters should be acknowledged, and the persons who have did writing assistance, technical assistance, language editing, and who have helped in the proofreading should be acknowledged in your paper. Next one is reference. Before writing the references, you want to know all those things. A reference, you want to cite the relevant references to your paper. The references you cite should not be irrelevant and not related to your manuscript. So before writing the references, you want to know what is the surname, initial, and the authors, and what is the date of publication, title of the text, and the journal and volume, title of the journal and volume number. And if it is a book chapter, there is a different style of writing the book reference. And then you want to know the first and last page numbers of the paper. And this is the sample references. And this first style is of RSC Publishing. We have the initial as the first, and followed by the name of the author. And we want to write the name of all the authors, followed by the journal name. That should be written in the italic form. Before writing the references, you want to be keenly watching, having the model paper, and you want to start writing the references. And italics, then followed by year, and then followed by the volume number in the bold letters, then the starting page number and end page number. And second references is a model of an ACS Publishing, where we have the initial at the last, and we have this style, and you want to write the name of the title of this paper, that is chiral eta 6 parasite mean ruthenium 2 complexes containing monodentate acyl-thiohedral ligands for efficient asymmetric transfer hydrogenation of ketones. So you want to mention, in some papers we don't want to mention the title, but some styles will be asking you to write the title also, and followed by the journal title, and then year in bold, and then volume number, starting page number, and end page number. And this is the book reference we'll be writing, and you want to write the name of the book and write the name of the press and the place and the edition. Then it is followed by the year. This is the style, few styles of references. And graphical abstract, as I said earlier, issues a visual summary of your article's main finding. And from this graphical abstract, this is used as a promotion tool also. So from this, we can able to relate to our article. If it is a graphical image is present in the Google search image, that will be able to go to the page of our article. So this is a promotional tool. From this abstract, we can able to identify. We can see there are two types of complexes, mononuclear, binuclear, and we have studied for the biomolecular interaction that they have mentioned. And we are also find out the anti-cancer activity. They have in this graphical abstract, they are showing binuclear complexes show better activity than the mononuclear complexes. And this they have used the computational studies also for this paper. So they have used some computational models also in this graphical abstract. Next one, common mistakes seen in the manuscript submitted to this journal. See why there will be some committing some common mistakes. We'll see what are they. The research question is not specified. We are not clear about what is a research problem and what is the questions, frame questions, suitable questions from that. The stated aim of paper is tautological. Even we are not clear about what we are going to say and what is the what will be the aim of this. So that is the tautological aim or value aim. And the structure of the paper is chaotic. That chaotic means sometimes we will be unknowingly write the methods in the results and discussion section. That is the chaotic, and the manuscript does not follow the journal's instruction for the author, and it will sometimes exceed the maximum number of words allowed, and introduction is not giving any regulation. Instead, it will be giving extensive review of the literature alone is present in the introduction. That is a major mistake will be commit, and methods, intervention, and instruments are not described in sufficient details. And results are reported only in a selective manner, hiding the other reports and all. And results appear both in the table as well as in the it's not necessary to do so, writing the same results in the table and as well as in the text also. And we have a detailed tables are provided as results, but it don't have any correlation with our research questions or our research problems. So it is also very waste to draw such a tables and all. And in the introduction and the discussion, key arguments are not backed up. That is, we didn't give an appropriate references in this sections and all. And references what sometimes what we cite is out of date. So we want to give references. And the discussion does not provide an answer to the research problem. And discussion overstates the implication of the result and does not acknowledge the limitation. That is very main important. Every time we are conducting research, we will not get a positive report every time. We will be having some limitations or discrepancies also that you want to state in the discussion. And the paper is written in a poor English format. And the next one is the major reason the similarity index is more with plagiarism. We will be writing a paper. So what is meant by plagiarism? Plagiarism means to use the words or ideas of another person if it is as your own ideas, or to steal the ideas of the other persons without giving their references, or present a new and original idea by copying the existing source. It's already there, but we are projecting as a new idea, original idea. These are the different ways of plagiarism. So how plagiarism in a manuscript can be identified? There are so many tools for detecting the plagiarism and all. But the most commonly used, what most of the people use are these two softwares like Authenticate and Turnitin will be doing. This will be helping in that is detecting a plagiarism in our paper. This is an example of the plagiarism report where we have the similarity index of where there is a similarity index of 51%. There is 29% is from the internet sources and 48% is from the publication, and 35 it will be denoting everything. And if there is a word similarity, so they will be highlighted within highlighted in different colors, and you can check which paper it have been replicated, which paper we have written. So we can identify where we have plagiarized or where we have used the same words as the other paper. That is also self-plagiarism possible because the method will be same in all our papers. So there will be any self-plagiarism also. Avoid self-plagiarism by using different sorts of words, or you can move the same methods. Don't repeat that, and if possible, it can be moved to the supplementary information, and you can mention a word that is mentioned in the supplementary information. Next one, how to avoid plagiarism. These are the common steps which they are given to avoid plagiarism. You can summarize that, and you can paraphrase, or you can use quotations to avoid plagiarism. The summarize means you can read the whole content of the other, and you can write you can include your thought also, and you can write summarize in different words. So that is called summarizing summarizing, and you want to quote that, refer to that article. And paraphrasing means using a different set of words than the really existing words. That is called paraphrasing. And we cannot change the words. We want to use the words as such means you can write in the double quoted that particular word, and you can give a reference of that. So these are these few methods to avoid plagiarism in our paper. And this is about article writing. And now we are after finishing our perfect effective paper, we want to publish in a journal. The publishing in a journal, we want to check choose a suitable journal for a publication. See how it have been done nowadays. That is, you want to know the journal metrics of your appropriate journal for your article. That is journal metrics. We can see what is the scope of the journal, who are the editorial board members, and what is its international outlook, and who are the readers of that, audience of that, and how, so that we can have a best destination for our research. So that we can do by knowing the journal metrics. So there are different types of journal metrics. Importantly, we'll be looking into this 3 factors. The main thing is we'll be looking for the impact factor. That is, impact factor means it is the average number of citations that the articles published in the last 2 years in a given journal received. So that is called impact factor. That is, you want to find out the impact factor for the 2020. You want to add the citations received in the year 2018 and 19, and you want to divide it by the total articles published in the year 2018 and 19. You will get the impact factor of that. That it will be giving the and lead time and incubation time. Its lead time and incubation time is the average time taken for the paper from the receipt of publication. How much time we are taking to review a paper, to be reviewing a paper, and when it have been the declarations of the results have been done. So this is the lead time, and you have an ISSN and ISBN numbers for the journals. That is processing international standard serial number, or the international standard book number should be there. It is a recognized one for a journal. And how to know the journal metrics. It is an important journal metrics of the journal organometallics ACS publication. So the impact factor is 4.060, and the ISSN number of organometallics is an ISSN number is an 8-digit number, which is shown here. And we have know the incubation time or the lead time by referring to the manuscript. For example, when it is received in the September, and when it is published in the February. So it have taken 6 months of time for the publication. There will be a problem. Sometimes it may be a major revision or a minor revision. Depending upon that, this time limit will be changed. But you can check all those things for the checking the lead time. And journal metrics can also be identified if you go to the home page of the journal, where I'm showing an example of an NJC journal. You can go for the what is the impact factor and publishing frequency, how it will be publishing. That is 48 issues per year. How that is the frequencies of publications. And then what is who's owning that published by Royal Society of Chemistry and published by Royal Society of Chemistry, and who is the editor-in-chief can also be and who is the editor-in-chief can also be Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Something have happened. Whatever I'm talking, it is reflecting back. I don't know what is the problem. This problem started now only. It is reflecting back.
Is it okay now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, somebody is presenting. That is why you are getting that. Dr.
I removed them, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Okay, shall I continue, ma'am?
Let us continue, ma'am. We will remove the person. Those
Okay,
who are presenting.
we'll get all those general details from the home page of the journal. And we will also check this journal metric information using an academic accelerator. If you type this journal name, you will be getting all this information like abbreviations, what is the abbreviation of the journal, and what is the acceptance rates, and what is the impact of the journal, and what is the journal profile and research output and review speed. All this information you can get from the academic accelerator. And after that is the next important thing is after journal metrics, whether a journal is indexed. So the index is very important. That is, indexes are list of journals organized by discipline, subject, or by the type of publication. Why we need indexing? Because we need indexing means indexing of a journal is very necessary because it reflects the quality. So index journal are considered as an highest scientific quality as compared to that of the non-index journal. So every time we'll be looking for the journal indexing and all, and we will be also checking whether the journal is in UGC CAL list also. We will be checking all those data before uploading a paper to the journal. And next one is how you can find out the journal indexing means using master clarivate analytics. You can identify the journal indexing and all. So in this page, you can type the journal name and you can get an information of what are the indexing of this journal. For example, I have typed RSC advances, and what are the in which it is indexed. It is indexed in the science citation index expanded, and other indexing is also present, current content, physical, chemical, and real sciences. So it will be showing all the details of the indexing details. It will be presenting also. This master clarivate analytics is used to helpful in finding out the indexing of the journals. After finding a suit, before itself we'll be checking all this indexing process and then metrics and all. We are ready to upload a paper, and this is paper publication process. First you have completed your research and you have prepared your effective manuscript, and you have submitted the manuscript. That you're going to submit your manuscript by following the portal and all, and the manuscript gets reviewed, and it is coming peer reviewed and decision is coming. If it is rejected means what are the points they have given, you want to use that points and you can upgrade your paper to publish in the other journal. Or if they are coming, we'll get a revise the paper message means we want to revise the paper by responding to the reviewer point by point, and after resubmitting the paper we'll be getting the acceptance of the paper and finally it will be getting published. So this is the paper publication process. And while submitting a manuscript, you want to read the instructions carefully while submitting a manuscript. And you, while logging into the portal, fill all the necessary forms. They'll be asking for some agreements and all, copyright transfer agreement. If there is any conflict of interest, all such agreements you want to be signed in while in the publication process. And you want to write a good covering letter for the editor to support how our work is, and to suggest reviewers if asked. We know who are the persons working in our field, and we can suggest a suitable reviewers if they are asking in this journal. And check whether uploaded files are in the correct way, and confirm whether it have been uploaded properly. And after that, after uploading, you want to follow communications and all. You will be getting a mail of that, so we can confirm that we have submitted the manuscript. And this is the editorial process. The first we have submitted, then it will be pre-checked by the editors. By checking, they'll be checking the standard of a work, whether it meets out the standard of a journal, whether there is any novelty is there. If it is not there, our paper will be getting rejected in this point itself, in this pre-check point itself. If it is not rejected, it will be going for a peer review. See, peer review means experts will be reviewing our paper. There will be a list of things. Say they want to check whether this list of things are available in our paper, and if it is okay, they'll be giving an decision to the editor. And peer review, that can be done in a single-sided peer review and double-sided peer review and open peer review. So single-sided peer review means only the reviewer knows to whose paper he is reviewing, and double-sided means the reviewer and also the authors don't know each other, they are anonymous to each other. And open means both the authors and the reviewers know each other. These are the different ways of peer reviewing. And after reviewing the paper, it will be given to the editor for the editor's decision. Editor can reject by reading all the comments, or he can accept immediately if the journal is very good and well and good, or he may ask for some revisions. And revisions may be of major revisions and minor revisions. Major revisions will be given time for making up some reactions or doing some sorts of work to accomplish what the questionnaires have been asked and to answer for these questionnaires. And after the revision, we will resubmit, and that is again once again go to the for the peer review. And it is all next level is it is go to the decision from the editor. The editor can decide whether it's a rejection or acceptance. After the acceptance of a paper, it will be going for layout editing and language editing. After the acceptance of a paper, after we get an paper get accepted, congratulations, your paper have been accepted for publication. You can view the view in that that is article in press. In that section, you can view the paper and articles in press. And after that, editing and all, they will be sending the proofreading in a PDF. We want to check a word by word to do corrections in the proofreading. And after proofreading, it will be going for format correction, and at last, it will be published in a journal. How to respond to the reviewers? We will get a revision. How to respond to the reviewers? We want to respond reviewers carefully, prepare a response. That is, response means each comment should be addressed. And what are the changes you have done, that should be highlighted so that the reviewers can be able to understand what changes have been done. And be enthusiastic in answering the, be enthusiastic and clever in answering the responses. And sometimes reviewer may be asking, maybe wrong, they may be asking some irrelevant questions and all. Sometimes it may happen. And be tactful in answering that questions to the reviewers so that they can able to understand what is our point of justification. And you can get help from the authors also, and address the claim, collecting all those things and preparing that reviewer's response. You can send to the chief editor. And then what are we find some major reasons for the rejections of manuscript. What are they? Means the quality. The science is not good in the paper. The experiments are not to the expected level. So the quality is not good. The paper will be rejected. The novelty is not good. The science is very good in there, but it has been previously reported by some other authors. But there is no such a new thing identified in that paper. So at that time also, the paper will be getting rejected. Specialty. So if you are working on the, we want to know which is the suitable journal for a publication. We are working in the biological aspects, and if you cannot publish a journal in the energy relevant article, so the specialty of the journal is very important. So they will be expecting some features related to that. So if the specialty is not there, that will be rejected. And if you